Okay, so hello fellow banknote and coin collectors. Third time trying to do this video, but anyway, today we're going to review some banknotes from North Korea. So these are the current series. So if you go to North Korea, you probably can't use this currency because you probably have to use euros, yuan, or United States dollars, probably even Japanese yen as well, and South Korean won. But these are actually current banknotes in North Korea, and they start from the 5 to 5,000 won. And I believe, I'm not too sure about the exchange rate, but I think it's roughly about 1,000 won equals $1 US. So this is probably worth about $5. But you cannot actually change these banknotes outside of the country. You might be able to change it in China, but probably only if you're North Korean national. If you need to change it, you can probably only change it in country. But as far as I know, you can't actually export North Korean banknotes. And I've had some people comment, go, "Oh, how do you get these banknotes?" Well, pretty much the North Korean actually dumps these banknotes onto the numismatic market. It's one way to actually get foreign currency. So these are actually very common. You can actually quite easily buy these on eBay, and that's where I actually got these from. So these cost about $15 for the whole lot set. If you want circulator ones, they're going to actually cost you a bit more. But, you know, these ones do the job. So the first thing you can see is that it has this red mark. And it's actually a specimen set. All the serial numbers have 0 for the numbering. And the prefix has different lettering, so that actually changes with different banknotes, as you can see as I show you. The dates on these banknotes start from 1912. That's the birthday of, this guy, Kim Il-sung, and he was the first leader of North Korea. Born in 1912, so that's where that calendar actually comes from. It's a North Korean calendar. So you got two dates on them. You got the 2002, and you have 2008, which is 97. So current year would be 910, I believe. No, 111, something like that. Anyway. I'm not going to worry about it too much, but let's get on with the review. So, the first banknote I have is the 5 won, and as you can see, it has a planet, the Earth. This is probably something to do with nuclear physics. As you can see, it looks like it's got electrons going around the nuclear center, which is a pretty normal imaging that we use for atoms, but it's pretty inaccurate, as I actually learned in chemistry. Okay, it has a security thread. Has a flower, probably the, what's the national flower of Korea? It is the, wait, I've got it written down somewhere. Magnolia. So it's probably a magnolia flower. Then we have the coat of arms of North Korea. As you can see, has North Korean Democratic Republic, has a electrical power. This has a hydroelectric dam, and I believe that is the Hwangang hydroelectric dam, which is also on the back of this note. It has the communist star at the top, and wheat. And these usually have UV on them as well. And the two people who are actually on this banknote, they're not actually any identifiable individuals. They're supposed to be a scientist and his students, so that's where the physics and chemistry elements come into it. And then on the reverse, we have the Hwangang hydroelectric dam. I hope I butchered that pretty well. And as you can see, this dam was actually built in 2007, so it wouldn't have been on any previous series, because the previous series was 1992, yeah. So there you go, you got the flower there. And that's actually quite a nice banknote. So another thing we actually know about these banknotes is that they're all the same size. It's just that the denominations are actually different colours, and they actually have all communist effigy. That's why I like communist banknotes. They're just very different than anything you actually get today. And they usually involve agriculture, industry, and scientific development. Nothing really about the market economy or the armed forces like we have here. So this is the Temwong. It has an army, navy, and air force, and it has a communist star at the back. That's probably a medal of some sort, I believe. But I didn't research it, so I could be wrong. And here we have another security feature here. So stars actually join up, and they should actually make one thing. Security thread with can't tell what's actually on the security thread. So then we have the watermark as well. And on this side we have the Victory Monument for the end of the Second World War. As you can see, this is the Soviet side, this is the North Korean side. But the funny thing is that North Korea never actually existed at the end of World War II in 1945, although the Communist Party was in existence and it was actually fighting the Japanese in the Korean Peninsula. And you can look up quite a few people are actually made famous from fighting the Japanese and being executed or dying in prison. They actually should have put those on these banknotes. Those people who actually existed and passed away. So here we have the 51. So with the current commemorative banknotes, they actually start at the 51, so they don't even worry about the last two banknotes. And this one has 3 people. So we have an engineer, farmer, intellectual worker, and they are actually the 3 different types of industry. It's pretty much shown on communist banknotes. And here we have a monument to probably progressive power. Oh, it could be a nuclear power station. Don't know which one it is. You have a more upgraded security feature here. And on the reverse, we have the Workers' Party monument. So we have the sickle for agriculture, the hammer for engineering, and the looks like a pen or a paintbrush for intellectual, working intellectual. So, and then we have the security thread, so you can probably see it a lot better now. What does it? I can't. Looks like it has the denomination 50 or whatever, and something else. Probably it's in Korean. So then we have the 100 won. So this is worth about 10 cents. We have the magnolia, which is the national flower of North Korea. The date is 2008 or 97. They actually haven't issued any banknotes with a different date on it yet. They should in the future. And on the reverse, we just have the denomination with a typical Asiatic pattern. So a Korean pattern, more likely adopted from China, or it could be indigenous. But something that was adopted by from China, is this character. So this is the Cholima, which is a mythical winged horse. So it can travel 1,000 li or 400 kilometers in one day. And this is actually on the banknote because Kim Il-sung actually used it to propagate the development of North Korea by using this mythical horse. So we're talking about the horse, not the person riding on it. Looks like an intellectual and agricultural worker to develop North Korea. So all the watermarks actually the same. There's another security reef. There's an atom around there, and you can see on each banknote the pattern actually changes. And same on the back, we have just the 200 denomination. So it's more like an older type of design. Then we have the 500. So this one has the Arc of Triumph for Gaya Solomon. This is in Pyongyang. And as you can see, it's actually quite a large monument. It has the dates 1923 and 1945. And it's actually on a roundabout as well. It's actually quite a nice monument, the second largest in the world, bigger than the Arc de Triomphe. And I think only one in Mexico is actually bigger. And here we have the actual banknote printer. So that is oh, it's in Korean. So that's it. Looks like the banknote printer down there. And that's actually a bit of a disappointing banknote, that is. The 1, 2 and 500 are pretty disappointing, then they actually get better. But these ones are actually more to do with the North Korean leader. So here's the 1000 won. And as you can see, the colour is a nice pinkish purple colour. This has Hoirong, which is the birthplace of Kim Jong-suk, which was Kim Il-sung's second wife. And as you can see, it's like a nice older shack, or not shack, building. Shack implies that it's run down, but obviously Korean buildings would never have been run down. They would have maintained them quite well. And here we have, I've seen that before, I didn't look it up. It definitely has something to do with, I can't remember, Korean culture anyway. So, as you can see, same watermark and security thread. And on the back, we have the shores of Samye Lake. So, Samye Lake. And it has some trees. So, it's actually quite a better banknote than the 500. So, it's worth about $1 in the exchange rate. But good luck exchanging it. Then we have the 2000 won. This one has the a cabin in Paektu Mountains, which is actually a stratovolcano, and it's actually important to Korean culture because it's supposed to be the spiritual home of the Koreans, even though it's right in the Korean-Chinese border, but the Korean ethnic group actually goes over that border into China. It's actually quite a few million ethnic Koreans in China, which are indigenous, so they didn't actually migrate from China, from Korea up until China. They actually have been there for a few thousand years. And this one's a 2008, it has a nice coat of arms. I actually like the coat of arms as well. And watermark, security feature. So as you get higher in the denominations, the security features are really lacking, because then it becomes more of easier for a counterfeiter to do high denominations, because the 5 won really is not worth counterfeiting because it's low value, but this one is. So it's worth about $2. And on this side we have the Paektu Mountain, as you can see in the background. Beautiful. And that is probably the lake there, so probably looking from the Chinese side over to the North Korean side. So you can't actually go to that mountains. And the last two we have to 5001. So this one was issued in 2011. Or 2009, I think. When did they? Yeah, 2009. This one is issued in 2013. That's why the date is different. So this is 102. So the current date will be 211. Yep. And I'm not too sure why they actually changed the banknote over. This one is the portrait of Kim Il-sung. As you can see, as the communist star. But people look at it. Hey, I'm Italian. That's a coat of arms. Yes, the Italian coat of arms actually looks quite similar to this. But it's got nothing to do with the Italian coat of arms. And the Italian coat of arms doesn't have anything to do with communism. And on the back we have Myeongdae, the birthplace of Kim Il-sung. And if you have a look at the current 5000 and the former one, so the back of the former one, the front of the current one has the same image, as you can see there. This building is that one there, that building is that one there, and the building plants in the background are the same. So they just removed the portrait, and they actually changed the colour a bit as well. And this is the actual current highest denominated banknote in North Korea. It's worth about $5 in exchange rate. But as you can see, it's actually quite a better banknote than the previous one. On this side, we have the International Friendship Exhibition Building, Myeongyang-san, and I actually had a look at some pictures. Some pretty much in a Chinese style architecture, which the Koreans actually adopted a lot. And I read about the Korean language. Actually, it's about 60% adopted from various Chinese languages, so from Mandarin, Middle Chinese, Old Chinese, and a lot of the actual original Korean words have actually been replaced, so it's a pity. So anyway, that is the current banknotes of North Korea. So how many would you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's currently 10 banknotes in circulation. With an average of about $1,000, but the wage is actually quite low. I'd actually say that all these actually still circulate in North Korea by the people. But you know, the coins, they had a coin from 1 chon to 1 won. They probably don't circulate at all, and they probably just sell them for metal value actually. So anyway, that is a nice series, nice communist banknote series. And you can get these for about $15 to $20 on eBay for the whole lot. If you want to get the normal circulated versions, you're probably looking at paying probably $40 to $50 for the whole lot. That's just what I've seen, but you know, as people are not really buying that many banknotes because you know, our economy is not doing too good, you'll probably get a good deal. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching my video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, have awesome banknote collecting time. Thank you and bye bye.